In the quest to secure a job as an administrative officer, interview preparation is crucial. This video was designed to help you familiarize yourself with the top administrative officer interview questions and how to respond to them effectively. 1. Can you describe your experience in administrative roles? In my previous role as an administrative assistant, I was responsible for coordinating and managing a variety of tasks. I handled everything from scheduling meetings and appointments to managing files and documents. I also assisted with budgeting and expense reporting, ensuring accuracy and attention to detail. Communication was a key part of my role, as I had to liaise with different levels of staff and external stakeholders. I learned to prioritize and manage multiple tasks and deadlines effectively. I also had the opportunity to deal with difficult colleagues and clients, which taught me valuable conflict resolution skills. I always maintained confidentiality in my work and collaborated effectively with team members. 2. What software and technology tools are you proficient in using for administrative tasks? I am quite skilled in utilizing various software and technology tools for administrative tasks. My proficiency includes Microsoft Office Suite, particularly Excel, Word, and PowerPoint, which are essential for data management, documentation, and presentations. I also have experience with Google Workspace for collaborative work. I am comfortable with project management tools like Trello and Asana as well. For communication, I am adept at using Slack and Microsoft Teams. Additionally, I have used CRM systems like Salesforce and database software like SQL. I always strive to stay updated on new tools to increase my efficiency. 3. How do you prioritize and manage multiple tasks and deadlines? When juggling multiple tasks and deadlines, my primary tool is systematic organization. I start by identifying all tasks that need to be completed along with their respective deadlines. Then, I classify them based on their urgency and importance. This enables me to focus on the most critical tasks first. I also make use of digital tools like project management software or calendar apps to keep track of all tasks and deadlines. They assist me in avoiding overlap and ensuring that nothing slips through the cracks. In terms of managing my workload, I always ensure to allocate specific time slots for each task. This way, I can keep on top of my workload without becoming overwhelmed. Finally, I always ensure to have some buffer time between tasks. This allows me to accommodate any unexpected issues that might arise, ensuring that all tasks are completed on time. This methodology has proven effective for me in past roles, and I'm confident in its ability to assist me in any future administrative role. 4. Describe your experience with financial tasks like budgeting or expense reporting. In my previous role as an administrative assistant, I was in charge of managing the department's budget. This involved closely tracking all expenses, from day-to-day operational costs to larger project-based expenditures. I regularly reviewed expense reports to ensure accuracy and compliance with company policies. I also prepared monthly budget reports for my supervisor, highlighting any significant variances and providing explanations where necessary. To ensure accuracy in expense reporting, I employed a double-checking system. I also used accounting software, which greatly minimized the chance of errors. When it came to budgeting, I made sure to always take into account unexpected costs by setting aside a contingency fund. This proved to be very effective in preventing budget overruns. In terms overall, I believe my experience with financial tasks like budgeting and expense reporting has equipped me with the skills to effectively manage and control costs, thereby contributing to the financial health of the company. 5. How do you ensure accuracy and attention to detail in your work? Ensuring accuracy and attention to detail in my work is crucial. I start by breaking tasks down into manageable parts. This allows me to focus on one thing at a time, reducing the chance of errors. I also make it a habit to double-check my work, no matter how small or insignificant the task may seem. Using digital tools like spell checkers, grammar checkers, and project management software also helps me ensure accuracy. Finally, I believe in the power of rest. Taking short breaks during work helps refresh my mind, making me more efficient and less likely to make mistakes. 6. How do you handle communication with different levels of staff and external stakeholders? In my previous role as an administrative assistant, it was crucial for me to communicate effectively with various levels of staff and external stakeholders. Each interaction required a different approach depending on the individual or group's professional level and their relationship to the organization. For higher-level staff, I maintained a formal and respectful tone, ensuring that I was succinct and to the point. For peers and lower-level staff, I kept a friendly yet professional tone, making sure to keep communication open and inclusive. When communicating with external stakeholders, I kept in mind the image of the organization I represented. I always ensured I was well prepared, knowledgeable, and professional, as my interactions could influence their perception of the company. For more complex issues, I was not afraid to ask for clarification or direction to ensure I was conveying the correct information. I found that this approach was effective in maintaining clear, open, and productive communication with all parties involved. 7. Describe a time when you had to deal with a difficult colleague or client. How did you handle it? Handling difficult individuals needs patience and empathy. In my previous role, I encountered a particularly challenging coworker who was consistently late for team meetings, affecting our productivity. Instead of escalating the issue immediately, I decided to have a one-on-one conversation with them. During our discussion, I realized they were struggling with personal issues which was affecting their punctuality. We agreed to adjust their schedule to better accommodate their situation, while ensuring they caught up on any missed work. This experience taught me the importance of direct communication and understanding in managing workplace issues. 8. How do you approach maintaining confidentiality in your work? I take confidentiality very seriously. It's not just about maintaining the trust of my colleagues and clients, but also about protecting the integrity of the business. When handling sensitive data, I employ various strategies such as using secure systems, not sharing passwords, and only disclosing information to authorized personnel. I also stay updated on data protection laws and regulations. I believe in a proactive approach to confidentiality, which means I don't wait for issues to arise before addressing them. 9. What strategies do you use to effectively collaborate with team members? In order to collaborate effectively with team members, I utilize a combination of open communication, active listening, and respect for others' ideas. This creates an environment that encourages collaboration. I find it's important to be clear about team goals and individual roles to avoid confusion. Regular meetings and check-ins are also beneficial for tracking progress and addressing any issues promptly. Using collaboration tools can also enhance team productivity, especially in a remote work setting. 10. How do you handle situations where you need to communicate sensitive information? When dealing with sensitive information, my main focus is always on preserving the dignity and respect of the individual involved. I ensure that the conversation takes place in a private setting, and I present the information in a clear, concise, and empathetic manner. It's crucial to be honest, but also considerate of the person's feelings. To facilitate understanding, I try to relate the information to something that the recipient can easily comprehend. Once I've communicated the information, I encourage questions and provide any necessary clarification. The goal is to ensure they understand the situation without feeling overwhelmed or disrespected. 11. Give an example of a time you identified and implemented a process improvement. In my previous role as an admin assistant, I noticed that the system for logging and tracking incoming calls was inefficient and causing delays in response times. The process involved manually recording calls and then entering them into a spreadsheet. Recognizing this inefficiency, I suggested implementing a digital call logging system that could automatically record and categorize calls based on the nature of the inquiry. After receiving approval, I helped to integrate the new system, resulting in a 30% increase in response time and a more streamlined process for handling incoming calls. This also reduced the workload of the administrative staff, allowing for improved focus on other essential tasks. 12. How do you approach learning new systems or procedures? When learning new procedures, I adopt a systematic and analytical approach. I start by reading relevant documentation to understand the basics. I believe in learning by doing, and try to get hands-on experience as soon as possible. I actively seek feedback and guidance from more experienced colleagues or superiors, as they can provide valuable insights and shortcuts that might not be apparent at first glance. If I encounter difficulties, I won't hesitate to ask for help. I am not afraid of making mistakes during the learning process, as it often leads to a deeper understanding of the system. If necessary, I will take additional training or certification courses to upgrade my skills. In terms of learning new systems, I keep an open mind and am always willing to adapt. I try to understand the logic behind the system and the problem it is designed to solve, which makes using it more intuitive. I also keep notes and create a reference manual for myself, so I can quickly refresh my memory if needed. 13. Describe a challenging situation you faced in a previous role and how you resolved it. In my previous job as an office administrator, there was an instance where a vital company document was misplaced. The absence of the document brought activities to a standstill as it was needed for an important meeting. First, I calmly gathered my team and communicated the issue, asking everyone to help in searching for the document. Upon realizing that the document was not misplaced but rather lost, I quickly assessed our options. I recollected that a digital copy of the document was saved in our secure cloud storage. I was able to retrieve and print it out in time for the meeting. This experience taught me the importance of having backup systems in place for essential documents. 14. How do you stay organized and manage your time effectively? Managing time effectively and staying organized is essential for any administrative role. I use a combination of digital tools like Google Calendar, Trello, and good old-fashioned to-do lists to keep track of my tasks and deadlines. I prioritize tasks based on their urgency and importance, focusing on high-priority tasks first. I also set aside specific time blocks for different types of tasks to ensure that I'm not constantly switching between tasks, which can be a big productivity killer. Staying organized also involves keeping a clean and tidy workspace, which I believe helps reduce stress and increase focus. As for managing my time, I use a method called time blocking. I schedule specific time slots for different tasks or types of work throughout my day. This helps me stay focused and avoid multitasking, which can often lead to poor productivity. I also set realistic deadlines for my tasks and try to stick to them as much as possible. When faced with a large project, I break it down into smaller, manageable tasks and tackle them one at a time. 15. What steps do you take to ensure office operations run smoothly? In my previous role, I implemented daily, weekly, and monthly checklists to maintain efficiency and prevent minor issues from escalating into major problems. I also conducted regular team meetings to relay important updates, address concerns, and ensure everyone was on the same page. I believe proactive communication and regular monitoring are key in ensuring smooth office operations. I also find that using digital tools for task management and scheduling helps in keeping track of all the moving parts of an office operation. Lastly, I always make sure to have contingency plans for unexpected situations. 16. Have you ever trained or mentored other staff members? Describe your approach. Yes, I have trained and mentored other staff members in my previous role as an administrative manager. I believe mentorship and training is a vital step to ensure the growth and development of any team. I always start by understanding the individual's current skill level and the areas they want to improve upon. Then, I customize a training plan that suits their needs and learning style. Regular feedback sessions are essential to gauge their progress and adapt the program if necessary. Patience and encouragement are key in my approach, as learning can be challenging, but with the right guidance, it can also be a rewarding experience. I am always open to learning from my mentees as well, as it is a two-way process. 17. Describe your experience in managing office resources and supplies. In my previous roles, I played an integral part in managing office resources and supplies. This involved keeping track of inventory, placing orders when necessary, and ensuring the timely delivery of supplies. I also implemented a system for organizing and storing supplies, making it easy for staff to find what they needed. In addition, I was responsible for managing office equipment, scheduling maintenance and repairs when needed, and researching and recommending new equipment purchases. My proactive approach helped to reduce unnecessary expenses and ensure the office was always well stocked and operational. 18. How do you handle conflicting priorities from different departments or managers? When faced with conflicting priorities from multiple departments or managers, I believe it's essential to prioritize tasks based on their urgency and importance. Communication plays a crucial role in this process. I make sure I have a clear understanding of the tasks at hand by communicating with the respective department or manager. Once the expectations are clear, I use project management tools to keep track of all the tasks and their deadlines. In case of any overlapping or unrealistic deadlines, I communicate the same to the concerned individuals and, together, we arrive at a solution that works best. I believe in maintaining transparency and an open line of communication to effectively manage conflicting priorities. 19. Describe your experience with data entry and database management. Throughout my years of administrative experience, I have had significant exposure to data entry and database management. I have used different software like Excel, Access, and CRM systems to manage and process vast amounts of data. My work has involved entering customer and sales data, maintaining and updating records, and ensuring accuracy and integrity of the data. I have also been responsible for generating reports and extracting insights from the database for managerial review. I consider my skills in data entry and database management to be strong, honed by careful attention to detail and a commitment to accuracy. 20. How do you stay updated on industry trends and best practices in office administration? I make it a point to remain in tune with industry trends by subscribing to professional publications and newsletters that focus on office administration. Reading articles, research papers, and industry reports regularly helps me keep up with new developments and best practices. Participating in webinars, online courses, and industry-specific forums is another way I stay updated, as they offer valuable insights and discussions on the latest trends. Networking with other professionals in my field, through conferences and meetings, also provides me with first-hand knowledge of new methodologies and techniques. This continuous learning approach ensures that I can bring fresh ideas and efficient practices to my administrative role. 21. How would you approach organizing a large company event or meeting? In organizing a large company event or meeting, my first step would be to understand its purpose and the expected outcome. This includes knowing the number of attendees, their roles, and the key topics to be discussed. With this information, I can develop a detailed plan that includes the venue, date, time, and agenda. I would then coordinate with relevant departments such as IT for technical support, HR for attendance tracking, and finance for budgeting. Regular updates to all stakeholders would be crucial to ensure everyone is on the same page. I would also prepare contingency plans for unexpected situations to ensure the event runs smoothly. 22. What experience do you have with creating and maintaining filing systems? I have extensive experience with creating and maintaining filing systems in my previous roles. My approach is to keep a standardized and logical system that makes retrieval easy and quick. I always ensure files are stored in a secure location, protecting sensitive and confidential information. I am proficient with digital filing systems, utilizing tools such as Google Drive, Dropbox, and SharePoint. I also have experience with traditional physical filing systems. I regularly review and update these systems to ensure they are efficient and up to date. In my previous role, I was responsible for a major overhaul of the filing system. I digitized all paperwork, categorized files under specific headings, and ensured that all files were named appropriately for ease of search and access. This streamlined process resulted in a significantly reduced retrieval time and improved the efficiency of our administrative processes. 23. How do you ensure compliance with company policies procedures? As an administrative professional, I am responsible for ensuring that the team adheres to company policies and procedures. I do this by being well versed in our company's guidelines and making sure I am up to date with any changes. I make it my responsibility to communicate these policies to the team and provide necessary training when needed. For instance, if there are updates to our privacy policy, I would organize a team meeting or training session to explain these changes. Additionally, I regularly audit our work processes to detect any non-compliance issues. By doing this, I can identify any potential issues early and take necessary corrective actions. I believe that clear communication and continuous education are key to ensuring policy compliance within the team. Remember, a great interview is the first step towards securing your dream job. Please don't forget to show your support by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. Your support is what keeps us going. Best of luck for your interview, and we look forward to assisting you in your career journey.